Yes, guys, what's up? What I was saying here, Bitcoin on a low time frame. Remember that Sundays are great trading days. Be sharp. Okay, we got that deviation, we got that break of structure, and we got the fucking trade. So, guys, this was spoon feeding. Take notes when I post something because please, I do it for a reason. I do it to help all of you. I want all of you to win. So let's get into the video. Today we're longing this local Wyckoff model, which was not in the premium section but in the discount section of the range, and I'm gonna build context first. So let's first things first. Okay, you had this range, you had a deviation of this range, very big deviation, and right now you're in the discount section of the range. Let's see what the volume profile is saying. And you see all the volume is right here in the range, and the volume area high is right there. And you don't really have any supply above you. Do you maybe have a breaker block? Because that would be a reason to reject. And what do we see here? Boom. This is a very nice breaker block, which could be a rejection POI, of course. And let's see what happens here, because of course structure is looking like this, structure is going like this, and it makes an accumulation right here which didn't take out the low, front run that low and went higher, and right now you're making a lower low, a lower high, and a lower low, and you're in a downtrend. So what do you do right now when you're in a downtrend? You draw your range from low to high, and now you're gonna watch for a Wyckoff model. In an uptrend, you of course draw your range from high to low, but right now from low to high. Still people do it wrong. Please guys, study. Okay, you got your first deviation, as you can see here, of this beautiful range, because you have your tab 1 right here, your tab 1 right here, and you have your deviation of your tab 1 right there. Okay, so this is going to be your tab 2. Deviation is coming into your tab 2. It's coming into your demand POI. I mean, you see that price went up after that tab 2, very aggressive. Okay, does that matter? Yeah, that can matter. Why? Because you fuck up your return to zone. You see me trade a lot of the times when you are in a downtrend, okay, and you have your and you're watching for an accumulation, that you see highs are building up, you're deviating, highs are building up, you're deviating, and boom, there's your accumulation, and you go higher and you enter here. Then you have that beautiful return to zone. Right now, that is not the case, and this is pretty exclusive because I don't really cover this that much on my channel. But what happens? Why does it matter that it doesn't take out this high, okay, but that it doesn't take out this high and that it just stays below it? That means when price is in a range, and that's why you need to have sideways action in a range. Okay, price is ranging, and you have your first deviation, boom, and you have your you have another deviation, boom, and it's a model 1, and you're going like this. Of course, you're to draw your range from low to high, you're in a downtrend, okay, right here, and you see that when I draw it like this, boom, I draw it like this, you see that the range high is not taken out, but you also don't really have a very good return to zone. Okay, oh, you don't really have that crazy good return to zone I always talk about. Okay, because I was talking about this being a return to zone, like that you have those highs which I always talk about. You don't have that. Why is it still a very good model to trade this? That's because all the liquidity is getting built up above this range. Okay, all the liquidity is gonna be built up above the range, because all those stop losses are gonna be above those points. Okay, so there's so much liquidity building up in a range when a range is literally going sideways. So that's what happens right here. You took liquidity from this point, and you're going lower. You mitigated some supply probably, and right now you're in this demand, you're in this last bearish candle before going up, leaving inefficiency. And let's see if there's any structure right here, because we have some supply creation. Boom, this is your supply creation, structure supply. Why is the structure supply? Price going down, price makes a lower low, higher low, and goes down. So this is going to be your structure supply. It leaves an inefficiency, as you can see, an inefficiency. Okay, so that's your structure supply POI. And right now you're gonna rush for a break of structure. But what am I always saying? I like to mitigate the supply for sure, because then the return to zone is just better. And then mitigate your tap 1, break structure, and enter the trade. Okay, mitigate the tap 1. That's ideally the case. It's not necessary, it's ideally the case. Okay, so this is your demand POI. Now you're watching for a break of structure to enter the trade. But of course, right now the tap is very high and there isn't any structure. So you indeed mitigate that supply POI. So that makes this a good return to zone, because supply is mitigated and you now have those highs, and you even have those highs. So that's mitigated. You have those highs above. You create your own a better return to zone, and right now you're going lower. And you even kind of from a range right here, which structure is going like this. Structure goes like this, boom, 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 and makes lower lows, lower highs. So you can draw your range from low to high and maybe watch for a Wyckoff inside of a Wyckoff. So let's watch what happens here. And price didn't really found acceptance back inside of the range. But what did you do is you created structure, okay? The structure you didn't have right here to enter. You didn't have any structure right here. What did you have here was creation of structure, okay? So what do you see? Price going like this, boom, boom, lower highs, lower lows, and then you see, hey, that's structure. Hey, that's structure, and you make a lower low. So right now, the only thing you need to do is break this structure. This is gonna be your structure break. This is gonna be your entry. Like, it's not gonna be easier than that. Like, you have structure, you break structure, and you enter the trade. That's how Wyckoff works. That's how this works. And even because I was saying on my Twitter as well, plan the whole process of getting your first deviation inside of that demand, okay, which we got. We did it. We didn't make a very good return to zone. We took out all those highs, but we did make a good return to zone after it, and went lower. And right now you're right here. Look what I'm posting, and look very closely what I'm posting, because it's for a reason, okay? So the only thing you need to do right now is watch for the break of structure. And what do we see here? Do we see a good Bojan low? Probably. It looks fine. Okay, you don't really see an amazing Bojan low right here. What do you see is that on a low time frame, you kind of had your 1, 2, and 3. Okay, you had your 1, 2, and 3 on low time frame. This was kind of a good low, but that doesn't even matter, because you literally got your tap 3 POI and a break of structure. Is it inside of the volume profile? No. Is there supply above your break of structure? Yes. So this is supply which you can look out for. Because what do we have right now? We have a break of structure, and this was your first break of structure, which was already valid, and you saw that aggressive push up from that demand, and here structure broke again, and the supply was already mitigated, so that doesn't matter anymore. So there is your entry. Stop goes below the Wyckoff tap, of course, and you target the range high for a very nice 2.8 RR, and you can even target the supply for a 3.6 RR, which is totally valid. Let's see what price is gonna do, because this is very interesting. We went higher and we went lower, and we came back, from for literally nothing. We came back to grab liquidity from this point, I guess, and just went up from there. I don't care. I have my stop loss below that point, and that's just my inflation. The trade cannot work, and the trade can work. I don't care, because I took the trade. It's already a win in my books, because I stuck to my plan. And right here you can see price going higher and eventually reach the target. Go on a bit higher time frame, it goes a bit faster, and there, boom, you indeed saw the target reach, and you saw that supply mitigation. There's literally nothing backing price up right here, so my full TP would have been just this supply for 3.6 RR. And yeah, that was the fucking trade. It was just the pre-planning of this trade was something else. Like, I pre-planned it when price was here. Like, that we got the first deviation, model to a break of structure and entry. You know, yeah, guys, thank you all for watching. See you on my Twitter. See you in the next video. If you have any questions, ask me. Ciao, ciao.